What is Guanin peeps? What is Guanin? It's Valerie's Naturals Oracles. Grand Rising, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. How you doing, Soul Tribe? How you doing, Collective? I've got a story for you today. I thought I started flicking cards for no reason, and all these cards came out in relation to a situation. And I'm going to explain it to you, what I'm seeing here, Collective. I'm seeing you who had a friend. You've known this person for years. They were in and out of your life. You considered them to be a good friend. And, you felt that this person was the ultimate in stability, the ultimate in somebody who you felt was a good, good stable person who's of good character, who, gave off the air of ultimate stability. They said certain things to you. Not that it bothered you because you were just friends at the time, but somebody wanted you to take a leap of faith towards them. They wanted you to take a leap of faith towards this situation with them, and they might have said something to you like, shall we give it a go? And you say, what? What do you mean? What do you mean give it a go? Shall we try and date or be together? And it just so happened there were some certain circumstances that you ended up having to go and stay with that person anyway. And you did it out of pure innocence. You took that leap of faith. And after making the decision, after talking it over, after thinking about it, it's kind of like somebody said to you, just go for it. What's going to happen? Oh boy. Those are the famous last words. So you took this leap of faith in innocence. You thought it was an adventure. You thought you'd take this leap of faith. You went into that situation with your naivety, thinking that, whatever happens, this person will protect your heart, protect you from all the rubbish. Because this was a friend after all. And the best people to date are friends, aren't they? Someone that is turned from a friend to a lover. So you went forward and they made an effort in giving you this cup. You felt like this person really wanted this situation with you. They really wanted to offer you this cup, their full attention. And they did for a while. They gave you this full attention. They gave you, they made you feel welcome. They made you feel wanted. Do you know what I mean? But then little by little, this person withdrew their energy. This person turned into somebody completely opposite from what they was. They turned into somebody that it kind of like the complete opposite of what they showed you in the first place. They even had the cheek to say things like, they were acting in their feminine energy. Now, if this was a masculine you're dealing with, they started acting in their feminine energy, withdrawing, trying to put you up in your head, trying to make out they couldn't do certain things and they'd live with, and as far as you were aware, they were living by themselves for years. Very narcissistic stuff or narcissistic traits, even though you never saw this person like this. Do you know what they say? Come see me and come know me is two different things. Now, if you're Jamaican, you'd understand what I'm talking about, but I'm going to explain that term. It's like this person had been a friend for a long time, but you finally lived with this person and you saw somebody in a completely different light. There was all sorts of things that was happening here. All sorts of things that were happening here. Like this person insisted on making you teas and drinks. And when you thought back, you thought, I felt completely different after I had that cup of tea, or I felt different after. This person could have been a high priestess in reverse or a warlock or something to that effect, who was trying to work on trapping you to them but torturing you at the same time, because all of a sudden this person started withdrawing their energy from you. And all you could feel was this unconditional love for this person because, of course, you could have loved this person unconditionally, but what you felt was something that cracked open inside of you. And that unconditional love wasn't for that person. It was meant to be for you because they was making you feel, trying to make you feel unworthy, unloved, unwanted, uncared for. And then they would suddenly see when you were withdrawing to try and come in and remedy the situation. Classic in and out energy. Why was they doing this? Why was they doing to this? You've never encountered this kind of thing before. You've never encountered this kind of in and out energy, not like that. And you saw it very quickly. But because you love this person, because you've known this person, and some of you use history as an excuse to stay in a situation, just like I did at one point. But when you woke up and you were cracked open and you was awakened, because this person could have been the person that awoken you, who showed you who you truly was, as opposed to who they truly were, because you saw them for what they was after that. You saw them. And could they have been unbalanced? Could they have been somebody that had bipolar or some kind of mental illness, that they could flip their emotions like that? And what you figured out was, even though this person was never direct and never said anything, is that they were upset about certain things that happened 20 and 30 years ago that they never sat down and explained about. They could have said things like, I gave you my last penny, for example, or I spent my money on my last food to give you. But from what you remember, you was actually renting from them, or you was actually, and they was taking your money and didn't give a shit, even though they wanted to date you. And they had other people in the house that they were. So this is the kind of person you was dealing with. They only remember what they wanted to remember, knowing full well that they were taking money from you and still wanting to still wanted to have nookie with you, still wanting to be that boyfriend with you at the time. This is how you turned into friends in the first place, because you might have dated this person. But again, you'd forgotten. You actually forgot, but you didn't forget this time. So as a result, what you did is you literally just turned your back on this situation. This person thought you would always be back, though. Because when you turn into the Queen of Swords, you mean what you say. And because you was an independent person and principled and honest, okay, if this person sat down and had a real conversation with you and explained, and then you could have come across with your point of the situation, they would have known something different. But obviously they didn't want to know. They listened to whatever they wanted to listen to and didn't ask your opinion. For example, they're saying to you, or they might have blurted out at some point, you slept with my friend, for example, just for example's sake. But as far as you're concerned, you kind of remember the person's name. That's how significant it was. And on top of that, that person could have told you some lies about their circumstances. But because this person never asked you, they got a one-sided view of the situation and believed that one-sided view and took it out on you. So in effect, all of this was like an act of revenge, really. They really didn't want to have this situation for some of you. They just wanted to get revenge. But they didn't understand that they had a link to you that they couldn't let go of. They had a link to you that they couldn't let go of. So you became this Queen of Swords. You refused to go there again. And this person may have tried to come back again. What you doing? How you doing? Dry text message, which you ignored because this person wasn't taking accountability, wasn't trying to see your side of the story, wasn't probably walking up and down telling people how disgusting you was and how they tried to get their revenge on you. And they might have tried to come in for round two. But what you're doing, how you're doing, is no kind of entry. And then this person who's never acknowledged your birthday, never in a million years, suddenly remembers your birthday and gets on a text to say happy birthday. These are just some of the examples of the audacity, of somebody who's very one-sided, could be bipolar, has mental illness, needs therapy, and didn't ask questions. They took it that their friend was and these friends that he had this conversation with, they're probably not even friends anymore. Because obviously he's realized who they are. So this was a non-starter. This is somebody who wanted to come forward. They could have have even tried to get you pregnant at one point so they could abandon you. So this is about pregnancy sometimes. This is about wanting to get their wonga out again, thinking that they would get another chance. You know, for some of us, we'd have been through menopause and it would have been in vain anyway. And for some of us, you was too much to protect your energy and you would never go again. You know, it's weird. It's a strange situation. But would you go back there again? That's a question. Would you talk to that person again if that was a situation, if that was you? You'd have to let me know in the comments, collective, because that's crazy. But here's some of the thoughts that is going through this person's head now. Currently in this situation, I had to take this further. And I pulled some more cards, and what I've got is separation. And it says here, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Yeah, there's no chance of that. This person is now feeling it. You know, when karma kicks in? You know, karma doesn't care. Karma serves it up cold, balances out the injustices in this world. And, you know, even if this person didn't get it the year after or the year after that or the year after that, they will get it at some point. They realize what their happiness is now. You were their happiness, you was their joy, because you did nothing but in your innocence encourage this person, help this person, gave this person ideas, gave this person your energy, did things for this person that nobody else would do. But they run rodshot over that, and now they're missing all of that. Because all this time they had this poker face. You know, taking a chance, risking options, not showing hand, gambling with your life, gambling with you, collective. And now they're feeling the wrath of you, which you didn't do anything. All you did was turn your back. They thought that you would always be back, though. This is the problem. They always thought you'd be back. And so this is what this person's higher self is saying. We need to let each other go. But they're finding it hard to do that. Even if it's energetically. Even if they wanted to come back into your energy. But they know that you know that they know that you know. So what they did is they buried themselves in work to forget you. But did it work? You have to ask yourself the question. And so the last word they have to say is, I will wait for you, wait for a sign from you. But will you ever give them that sign? Will you ever give them that sign? It's like they will sit and watch and wait. They will just, you know. That's crazy, collective. I want to explore this further. So what I might do is actually clarify and go deeper into some of these cards. Not that I haven't gone deep already, but I'm going to go deeper and clarify some of these cards. Why is it the 10? Why is it the 10 of Pentacles in particular? Why did they make themselves look this stable, this reliable, when they didn't have for some of them, they didn't have a pot to piss in, but they appear to be so. You know, this is it, the poker face. What do they appear to be? I mean, I know it's to trap you, but what makes them think that they were stable to begin with? Because it's turned out, and looking at this, that this is somebody who had some kind of imbalance. They were to and fro, because when you decided to turn your back, they turned and said to you, don't go. Just like that, don't go. After all that they did and said and spoke to you about, because you could have had that last conversation with that person. You told them and you let them have it. You told them exactly what you thought of them. And they said nothing. Because they had a poker face on. They knew what they were doing. But then they realised that they went too far and thought that you was going to take their nonsense. That's when I decided to actually come correct, realise what they were doing. It's an imbalance. And try and claw back the energy, try and claw it back. Stop being the energy vampire. Stop being that person that could have done some kitchen magic on you. They could have done kitchen magic even, because they could have had you mesmerized, because just them talking to you, that would have turned your mind. But it's almost like that's why you were cracked open by spirit. That's why you was awoken by spirit, to understand and know that you needed to get out of there. You needed to get out of that situation. You needed to move away from that. You needed to move on from that. And the minute you did, the stagnation that you felt had gone. The stagnation this person felt made you feel had gone immediately. You felt free. You felt spirit's energy working within you, busting open that kundalini, do you know, making you go through that, making you feel the pain of all that, but at the same time, feeling the unconditional love for you and for nobody else. You get what I'm giving, collected. So I'm going to stop it there, and I might take this further. I'm not sure, to be honest. But if I do, whoever is got access to my Patreon will see the extended. And if you have access to, if you want it as a TikToker and you're a subscriber, please DM me if you would like to see the extended of this, because lately I've stopped putting it in there because nobody was watching it, so there was no point. So if you want to watch it as a TikToker and you're one of my subscribers, please let me know. But it will go on Patreon as the extended, because this is deep. And we're going to take it further. Okay, so until next time, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the alert bell so you know when I'm going to do another video. Please follow, please like, please share. If you know somebody would benefit from this and you resonated on this, please share it. Until next time, take care.